Hello. Hello, hello world, hello world. Yes, it's me. It's me. I think it's me at least. Not sure. How the hell? Somebody will know. Anyway, what the hell's up with everybody tonight? Thomas Potts is first. Alexander Brooks comes in second. So what's up, guys? I just got done doing a 3-hour radio show, and now I'm back here on the tubers. Yep, I am back on YouTube. Anything exciting happening out there tonight? Yes, Batwoman. Alexander's drunk. What's up? Richie Poole, hello. I'm just laughing because they had old Ruby Rose there as Batwoman on the CW. She made it one season and then quit. Couldn't take it no more. She too hard for her. Fans are so mean. Oh, Alexander Brooks won $30 at the bar. And hello, Aldega. Hail. I knew I couldn't go to sleep because this fucking back and leg and shit's killing me too much. So I said, the hell with it. I'm going to do a stream and try to entertain some people and see what the heck's out there and see if anybody's having a good night. If they're happy, if they're what. And Alexander Brooks apparently is happy because he won $30 at a bar. Yeah, Epic Beard, not me again. Epic was over listening to my radio show for a little while and had to put up with me over there. And now he's here to put up with me again. I think he just wants to dream about me. So he comes in and sees things. And yeah. Isn't that correct? So I don't know what the heck. We got 7 people up here in the chat now. Any rumors, anything going on? All right, so Richie Poole says, and the Lobe Train rides coast to coast. DJ is the man we love the most. Yeah, well sung, Tears for Fear, well sung. It's damn rich. Hello, Curtis. Hello, Mondo. Like, there's not too much that goes on here for wrenches to do anyway, Beard. Not like we got too many troublemakers that fly around here. Hello, Teresa. It's just slowly ticking up. Once everybody catches on that I'm on live, they'll start wandering in. Hello, LDG. Hello, Richie. Well, Richie, I didn't get to watch that much of her because she disappeared shortly after the stream started. Apparently, she got hungry or something. She didn't show up for the longest time. And by the time she did come back, I had to leave and go do the radio show. So, yeah. I am not a reptilian. Son of a bitch. I am not a reptilian. There are no reptiles. around here at this moment. Could be later, but none right now. And no, there's no toe sucking furries around here either. All right, Curtis got himself a new laptop. Chief Cook's in the house. So, what kind of a laptop did you get, Curtis? Did you get one that will blow things up now? No, it's Bowser. Jeez. All right, fine. I'll change it. There, happy? Are you happy now, Beard? Does that make you better there, Beard? It's an Asus. No, never heard of it. Yes, now it's Momo. We have Momo up on the screen. We can even go live, Momo. I've never heard of an Asus computer, so I'm not sure. Yes, there was a pixelated Bowser. See, it's Bowser. I was on LDG's stream earlier today. He was helping me fix the sound. Thank you again, LDG, for spending all that time figuring out the sound thing and issue. And so, since he was calling everybody pixels, I found a pixelated picture of Bowser. So that's why I had Bowser up. No, you don't have to be afraid of the lizard people, Epic. Hell, Diana was hot. Diana was the hot lizard. I'm glad you got your first one, Curtis. Mr. Londell's Lappy is an Asus too. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and it's called Asus. I could be wrong though. Pronouncing that right, and it's called Asus. There's Alexander up here. I could be wrong though.
Hello.
He's got something not muted in the background.
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay. I guess my computer is just being dumb. Or it's probably me. So have you ever watched Terminator Sarah Connor Chronicles?
I tried to, and it was decent,
you didn't like
I guess, but it just wasn't. You might want to turn down the YouTube page.
Oh, let me
mute that one. Can you get the back?
Yeah, I got it muted now, but it must be delayed.
Yeah, it'll do that weird ass backfeed shit.
I'll just pause it and stop it. Let's see if did that
you don't
stop
have to pause it. You just mute it, and then it's fine.
Okay. It's muted. Did it quit?
Yeah, it quit.
Okay.
Epic Beard has never heard of this Batwoman show because, well, Epic, it's on the CW, and that's probably why you never heard of it.
I haven't watched it.
I watched a little of it. I mostly watched because of the crossover with the others.
But yeah, I like Supernatural in the CW, but it's ending, so.
It was what?
Supernatural's ending.
Yeah. Hello, Jeffrey Nelson.
In Smallville, I like Smallville, but I'm talking old stuff that's long gone.
I kind of gave up on all these CW shows because they went so weird.
They went real well. They quit targeting a male audience. It's all tuned towards women.
Yeah. That was the funny thing when I was reading these news articles from real newspapers. I haven't been listening to anybody on Twitter or on YouTube about the whole Batwoman thing, but I was reading articles from newspaper sources about her quitting Batwoman after 1 year. And you know it's going to be rubbish because they've already specifically said they are recasting the part and they are looking specifically for a LGBTQ woman to take it.
Wow.
They're not going to consider anybody else. They're targeting that specific area to find the next actress again.
Well, that's like how Biden said he wanted a black woman for vice president.
Well, so that's kind of the most racist and sexist and
Yeah, you can't. They think they're being good with that, and they're actually being incredibly racist and sexist doing that. That'd be like me saying that I'm hiring at my business and I only want a big-titted blonde gal that weighs 125 pounds. That's going to get me sued.
that's right.
And what they're saying is no different than that.
But
It's
they
wrong
think they're
that they can
morally
say that.
superior.
Yep.
Nope. So yeah, the only time I had to watch it when it first started to see how bad it was, and it was just the acting was terrible on the whole thing, and then the crossovers, of course, because you had to watch to get the full crossover story. You had to watch each of the shows.
Wow. I guess I haven't watched anything on CW other than Supernatural in a long time.
Well, you kind of don't because the best show that they had on there, Arrow, for the whole DC universe thing,
Yeah.
is now done.
I never watched Arrow. I should have. It has a lot of actors and actresses in it that I liked, but I've never watched it, and I know I need to watch it.
The Flash was good the first season and a half, and then it started going that way.
They fired everybody. Hello.
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 Hello. Greetings. Hi, Alexander.
How you doing?
Good. Great day
No
today.
epic beard. Supergirl is better than Batwoman was.
Yes. Batwoman was absolutely needs improvement, but then she jumped ship for no reason at all.
Yeah.
And that's
I think she just couldn't take everybody telling her how bad she was and watching the ratings tank.
Yep.
I think that's what it was.
Yep.
And I think she probably more to it that they paid her just to say she quit, and they probably talked her into just leaving.
Yep. Yeah, you can't plead the fifth, that kind of stuff.
Mondo, how you doing? Richie asked if you're drunk tonight.
A lot of work today.
All right, Richie, come on, buddy. That's like your 10th time asking that, like all the time. No.
Yes. Are you drunk tonight, LDG?
God, right? Like one time, and I'm a fucking alcoholic now. This is great.
I know it. Well, they're used to watching Anti-Trekker, and Anti-Trekker has a drink every stream, so it's kind of
a lot of guys drink on stream.
I had more than a drink that night. I mean, I really opened up to you guys. I drank two bottles, for God's sakes. Okay, I let loose that night. Yeah, though.
What are you talking about?
Thanks to last night, I've seen worse.
Mr. Lindell saying, so a chick that used to be a dude can apply for the... Oh, are you talking about Batwoman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because in news articles that I've read from legitimate news things, not the internet, not YouTube or anything, they specifically said they are going to recast the part of Batwoman, and they are looking in this little narrow box for the actress.
We're gonna do some kind of multiverse crossover, I bet. Watch. That's how they're gonna explain it.
I just seen earlier this week where they were going to have
Brenda Wayne take over as Batwoman.
They were going to have this whole story arc starting with Bruce Wayne starting up next season.
Didn't they emasculate Bruce Wayne in that crossover when they had Kevin Conroy?
Well, that wasn't
him.
Wayne.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't the one from where Batwoman
from her universe got it.
Yeah.
That one
multiverse.
That was actually supposed to be from the universe of Batman Beyond or something.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Nightbreeze. What do you mean no notification? Son of a bitch.
I got it. I
stumbled upon it. I grabbed my phone and opened it, and then it was DJ was live.
Yeah, I stumbled upon it too.
Yeah.
Let's see. Did it give me a notification? It did. So
yeah, I got off the radio show and I fired up stream. Figured why not? A second stream today.
Yeah, I did get a notification, but I found you before I got the notification.
Which I was actually glad because I was going to start a quantum mind meld stream and play some video games, and before I did so, I waited for Loki to finish, and I'm like, okay, DJ, not DJ. Okay, let me start it up. As soon as I was going to start it up, you popped right up, and I'm like, all right, cool, thank you. You saved me from having to do it. Let's get on there.
Well, in all fairness, I did take 2 minutes to go to the bathroom before I came back and started.
I couldn't.
So
that's why you need the countdown.
Go after sitting here for 3 hours doing music, and
you got to do the anti-tracker thing with the countdown timer, and then you go to the bathroom while it's counting down.
No, I'm not doing that stupid countdown timer because now Bird's doing it and anti-tracker's doing it. No, and then if I did it, they'd say I was just copying. Nope, I'm not doing it.
Which countdown timer?
No.
I stock when you're doing a premiere, or is this?
Yeah, you can't copyright a countdown. The whole point of it is to wait for people to get the notification. That's why I did it. Nobody gave me hell for putting a countdown on mine.
No, they just complained about how long it was.
I'm not saying they're copyrighting or anything. They'll just give me shit about it.
Yeah, I don't think it's a copyright. I think that you just don't want to. You just don't want to do the same thing they're doing. I get that.
That's right. I want to be different. I want to be unique.
That's like saying I don't want to use a hammer. It's like saying I don't want to use a hammer to build a house because everybody else uses a hammer to build a house. It's a tool, not a thing. Yeah. It's YouTube that's forcing you to do it, right? Because damn notifications in the first place are all screwed up.
True.
I'm actually going to do something just for Richie Poole, though.
I also say,
hello, Darren.
I can really use a 7-hour countdown on my videos.
I'm going to do something specifically for Richie Poole now. And I think he might like this. And since we fixed things today, well, this will be a good thing to make sure everything's still working. All right, Richie, here we go.
I'm Sisso Prey, and I'd like you to please subscribe to DJ Odyssey, the odd one.
There you go, Richie.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Did the sound come through?
Yeah.
Oh, well, for us it did. What about
I got it.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see if he chat says.
Well, the chat's always a little bit behind. Hi, Darren.
Hi.
Hi, Zachary. Batwoman quit the show.
Yeah. What a shame.
Yeah.
It's their fault too for not contracting her long enough, right? I mean, part of the blame goes to the showrunner people.
Yeah, it's an interesting situation where you have a show that is doing so poorly yet somehow got renewed, and Ruby, whatever her name is,
Ruby
Yeah.
Rose.
yeah, is aware of how bad it is, and you know,
And then you get the no reason quit.
right,
You
exactly.
can't plead the fifth to that.
No, it's I haven't been impressed with any of the CW DC character shows at all, other than Gotham, I suppose. But I don't know if Gotham was on the CW or not. I thought the first season of Gotham was pretty good, but yeah,
They really are doing a horrible job. I mean, the Flash is going down the drain.
yeah,
Batwoman's going down the drain. Legends of Tomorrow is going down the drain.
Supergirl was the other one.
Arrow was the only one that got better.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's done now, so
yeah, and that Crisis didn't really give him a bump all that much either. In fact,
It didn't.
In fact, what it did, it actually their ratings got even worse after that. And I think it's because people were reminded how much better the other shows were. You know, it's like,
Yeah, when they did the Smallville
Gotham was
crossover
fun.
with it.
mm-hmm,
Supergirl's getting slightly better.
yeah.
Like, I think that's the only one that's getting slightly better. And I think that's mainly because of Lex Luthor and the fact that what's her name went evil for like half a season.
I can't stand the politics though that they insert
now
into
see,
it. I mean,
eventually next year at some point we're going to get Superman and Lois.
yeah.
Yeah, again, right?
Well, that was Lois and Clark was the show before, and then this one's supposed to have more Superman in it. That was one of the criticisms of Lois and Clark was that Superman wasn't in it as much, and and they were like, yeah, but
Well, see, no, you better not be too hopeful for it because I've already seen the synopsis for the show, and they are moving back to Smallville.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Great.
yeah,
Well, I like the TV show
It-
Smallville, but
It's supposed to feature more, and somehow there's going to be a time jump or some shit because the kids that Superman and Lois have are like
they're going that
gonna be,
route.
teenagers or something.
They're going that route. Jeez.
Yeah,
Right,
because
and
there's
they-
two boys. They had two boys.
Yeah.
They had one before Crisis. Crisis caused them to have two kids. And supposedly there's kids are supposed to be hanging out with the kids of Lana Lang and shit in Smallville, and that's how this show's gonna go.
I thought he couldn't have. Superman can't have kids though.
They
Oh,
could because they went to Argo City. What the hell was it?
Yeah, they changed
Yeah.
things all around.
They
Yeah.
went there. So
Retcon some
Superman was
There's been
basically-
there's been stories where they've empowered Lois to Kryptonian levels. There's been other stories where they were on a planet with the red suns, so Superman's powers were gone and they were able to conceive that way. It's just they do all kinds of
Yeah,
things.
otherwise I'm thinking that you fire his load through her at light speed.
Like Hancock, the deleted scene in Hancock.
No, wait a minute. I gotta really freak Zachary out because the news article I was reading before I came in here, they are recasting Batwoman and they are looking for an actress that is LGBTQ whatever.
Of course they are. Yeah, they're
Yeah, of course they are.
that's
They're not looking anywhere else. They're looking specifically for a woman in that area to be the new Batwoman.
yeah.
God forbid acting has anything to do with it, right?
Yeah. No, it's kind of like what they do in the comics now too. They have to make sure that a trans woman writes a certain comic, or that a black writer has to. There was what was his name?
Yeah, I heard about that too. Yeah.
Christopher Priest. He's been writing comics for years. Did
Or
Fantastic
take
Four.
was it Vita Ayala? Like she
Yeah.
we have no credits in writing.
So Christopher Priest
She's a diversity hire.
Christopher Priest goes, he gets interviewed by Marvel because he's thinking about writing for Marvel again. He wrote for Marvel 40 years ago, did every comic they did. And all they want to offer him are black character comics. And he got insulted and walked away.
That
And
is
then
so racist.
Yeah. And then he went to Harrison and he wrote Vampirella instead, which is, because he says, I'm a writer. I get inside a character's head and I flesh them out and that's what you do. And he says, And if all you want to give me is, Black Panther or Power Man, Luke Cage, that's and and all you're looking at is my skin. That's insulting. And he walked away.
Yeah.
And then the whole SJW fan, quote unquote, fan base on Twitter just dogpiled him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As if the writer's the only thing that goes into that's effing bullshit.
Yeah, it's terrible.
That's like saying that you need to have an astronaut design a space shuttle. No, you moron. You have a rocket scientist divide. You only ask the space shuttle guys for advice and stuff. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
A writer writes.
It's rough.
Writer writes, astronauts fly the spacecraft rocket.
Yes.
Design the rockets.
Yeah, technically the first superhero I created for a comic book was a black superhero that wouldn't fly today. They'd be like, who's this white guy?
Absolute stupid, man. And I want to see the hammer dropped on them idiots just as hard as they're dropping the hammer on us.
And I do some fan fictions as well as some original stuff, and I draw and write for both of it. I draw and write for it. But, I mean, when it comes to comics, I'm not the first one to do that by any means. So
No. I was doing the comic for Alias Entertainment, so it was a legit gig with a legit artist. But I was. You just couldn't do that today. It's like, or what they'll do is they'll get somebody that is center, not even left or right, just center, and then they'll demand that you got to put another, you got to put a gay character in there, and it's just terrible. The problem isn't the writers so much. It is the editors and the creative directors.
I was going to say the producers.
Yeah, well, for movies and TV, producers, but the equivalent over in the comics industry are the creative directors and the editors. And
Oh yeah. You're right.
Yeah, it's not.
It's horrible, man.
Yeah, they surround themselves with people that they find acceptable, and that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but then you write that, then you force. Okay, so you get this right. So let's say you have. Okay, you have to have a black person write about a black comic, right? So then what? What happens when he writes the white enemy or a supervillain that's white? What does he stop? Well, I can't write anymore. It's a white villain here. I gotta write. So did some other guy.
White people are allowed to be villains.
Well, no, not that. I meant I can't write a white villain. Now, does every character in my comic have to be black? Like that, you know what I mean?
They're allowed to write that too because they've been oppressed and everything for so long that they're the perfect ones
if you're
to know
watching
how to write a white villain.
Luke Cage, it seems that way.
Yeah. They cast their writers, literally cast them as if they were actors over at Marvel and DC now, and it's okay for the they can write a white character as long as it's a villain. That's fine because they're only casting you to the main character.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's wrong.
BBC.
Yeah, wrong. It's wrong, but it's what they're doing.
Well, that's when we have to come and stop buying this crap. Just stop buying it, guys.
And then if there's a creator-owned project that they feel threatened by, of course you got the legal teams over at Warner Brothers and Disney now who will come after you and just basically tap you out so you can't put out your superhero comic, because a lot of people don't know this, but Marvel and DC have a joint trademark on the term superhero. There was a guy who was coming out with a superhero comic book years ago. It was like 20 years ago. It was going to be called Superhero Happy Hour. And it was basically just the stories that superheroes tell in a bar. It's kind of a lighthearted thing. And they struck the series because he put the word superhero on the cover, and you can't do that. So he had to alter the name.
Of course you can do that.
Yeah.
No. Let's
not true evil.
Let's not say our English incorrectly. Of course you can do it.
Yeah.
Of course you can do it. It's not that he couldn't do it. It's that they threatened to sue the living hell out of him. And I bet you know what? If he would have went to court, he most likely would have won. You can't copyright the term superhero. It's an English word.
You say that, but then and also Dean lost. CBS for target.
You can't copyright the goddamn wheel.
Well, the DC Comics has an actual comic book called Legion of Superheroes, and that was where they got that loophole. And then of course they struck a deal with Marvel because they're like
they probably used that in court. It's like well, that's why you can't use it because it's part of the title. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I mean technically. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm a little angry right now, so I shouldn't be speaking. But it's like you should create a new sex because we copyrighted male. I'm a male. I'll shoot the hell out of you.
No,
I'm a
you're
male. You can't have
right,
men.
This is complete. Pardon my French. This is complete fucked up. But you're absolutely right. It shouldn't be that way.
It shouldn't be that way. No, I mean
We're just playing like, okay, well, this is how it probably would happen in court because we've seen it happen before with other corporations as well as the same corporations in court before.
Yeah,
they'll probably use some kind of like, oh, well, it's Legion.
I need to go have a smoke. I'll be back.
Yeah, they keep
Calm down.
they keep their opponents. They keep their opponents in perpetual litigation and bleed them dry that way. That's what DC Comics did to Fawcett Publications back in the 50s with their Shazam Captain Marvel character. They just bled them dry until they had to close shop, and then they sold the Shazam concept to IP to DC Comics, the person who run them out of business.
I will say though, DC made very good use of that IP when they owned it. At least in some of the cartoons they made.
Yeah. I mean, it was.
That's what he called Captain Marvel too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The thing was, it's kind of a weird situation because while the Captain Marvel character was in limbo, Marvel created two characters called Captain Marvel.
Right. You got Captain Marvel, and then you had
yeah. But and of course they named it. They also named their company Marvel. So they said, look, we love this character too, but we can't have you put the word Marvel on the cover. So they just every comic every DC comic he appeared in was just called Shazam.
I remember that.
Hi everybody.
Hi. But I mean, technically, I could come up with a super speed character called Sprint, and as long as the logo didn't look anything like Sprint, communications logo, I'd be fine. Or a superhero heroine called Nike. Named after the Greek goddess of victory. You could do that, but you bet your bottom dollar that the Nike shoe company would come after you.
They're gonna be all over your ass.
Yeah. I mean, you could come up with a Thor comic as long as he didn't look like Marvel's version. Problem is, though, Marvel has like so many different versions of Thor now that anything you come up with would.
Yeah, it's like trying to come up with you want to make a knockoff Spider-Man. Well,
yeah.
How? Especially with the whole Spider-Verse thing, which, by the way, obviously you can tell I'm a huge Spider-Man fan from my profile picture, but I hated Spider-Verse, like the comic. I absolutely hated that.
Yeah, the whole reason why they came up with
it takes so much away from the character. And given I stopped reading most Marvel comics in the early to mid 2000s, and then once we did the whole One More Day and undid Spider-Man's marriage, it just completely stopped. Every now and then, like picking issues up depending on what I heard about it, or reading like summaries online, or having my friend tell me about them.
I
haven't read a Marvel comic in almost 20 years now.
I stopped about the same time. I stopped when after World War Hulk, when the follow-up was called World War Hulks, plural, where Marvel was making every superhero into a Hulk, and I'm like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
Right around that time that Disney bought them, and but
the One More Day was I remember it was on 2006. The issue came out October, I want to say 26. I just remember it was the same day that the marriage issue came out in 1986, so it was literally the 20th anniversary.
Yeah,
they just completely undid it. And I remember I heard like Stan Lee was pissed about it, and it's just like.
Yeah, because it was they used, not only did they use Deus Ex Machina, but they basically used the Marvel Comics equivalent of Satan to do it.
Yeah, they used Mephisto.
I'm back
and undo it. And it's just so stupid. Like, especially since it could have been a great character growth moment. Keep in mind, I was not a fan of how Marvel was writing their comics even back then. Obviously, for different reasons than today, but it just felt like the characters were not the same characters I was reading in the 90s.
Another thing I didn't like about Marvel around that time was that all their superheroes were having kids, and all these illegitimate kids were showing up out of the woodwork, and and they're in their 20s and stuff like that.
The kids stuff, I actually like that when it's done right. Like
which means that all the time when I was a kid reading their adventures, they were dropping babies, between the panels.
Yeah,
And-
I didn't like I have no problem with doing kids like when it's done right. Like for example, if
Yeah.
Spider-Man and Mary Jane had a kid, like that's
Yeah.
fine, great.
Yeah.
That's development. That's progressing the characters, awesome. But
Yeah.
like when like for example, and like just a bunch of illegitimate kids start showing up every now like out of the blue. It's like
Yeah, well, the creme de la creme of that was that Wolverine. There was a story where Wolverine was trying to rescue somebody, and he infiltrates a facility and has to kill all these people. He kills like 40 different people, and they all have weird sort of claws like him and stuff. And then he finds out after he's killed them all that all those people that he killed were all his kids that he's had over the last 100 years.
oh,
And it's like, why would you do that? Why would you tarnish the character like that in having him have so many
look,
and then
I
having
can understand the whole
Yeah.
he's been around
Yeah.
for 300 years.
Yeah.
To say he doesn't have some kid somewhere is
Yeah.
just
Then,
naive. But I mean, you don't have to include it in a story. People who like older
Yeah.
fans, like not like obviously not kids, but like fans like us, we kind of know that without like we can read between the lines. We kind of know without having it told to us.
Well, yeah, and DC did a story very similar to that back in the 80s with the character Lobo, where he offed a bunch of it, like hundreds of his illegitimate children and stuff like that. But that was a tongue in cheek, comedy comic basically. But
that fits Lobo's character.
yeah, but in this one, it was all within the context of the main universe and stuff, and it was just how does the average reader relate to Wolverine at that point? You really can't. And
at least the reason I was able to relate to Wolverine is the idea of Wolverine is he's practically immortal. He's effectively immortal. He can heal from anything. He's got claws. Yeah, he's got obviously his berserker rage and all that.
Yeah.
But so how do you relate to him? Because not like him.
Well, he wasn't just that.
We can all get angry and lose control sometimes, but also his humanity, his as a person. That's how you relate to these characters. Is because at least with Marvel characters, they're very much more grounded.
Yeah,
I feel.
Well, what made Wolverine special and relatable originally when he was introduced in the X-Men was that he was the outsider in a team of outsiders.
Right.
That was so he was he was their he was the X-Men that nobody wanted to be around because they weren't sure if he was gonna go crazy and gut them like a fish or something, accidentally. And so he was misunderstood, and that was part of his appeal to the average teenager.
Second Genesis, right? That's when they introduced the new team in the 70s.
Yeah, it was I think Giant Size X-Men number 1, I think it was, and
with Nightcrawler and Storm and
that second generation that actually took they had really good sales. That was where the title really took off.
Not to mention he was experimented on by fucking whatchamacallit and turned against his will into a weapon.
Yeah, he wasn't just a mutant. He didn't have just mutant powers. That was the other thing. He had modifications made to him, and that was made him even more unique.
Yeah, because he was part of whatchamacallit before he was part of X-Men.
No, he is Weapon X, but they call the program Weapon X as well.
He was part of another group. I can't think of the name right now.
Alpha Flight.
Alpha Flight, yes.
Alpha Flight before
the Canadian superhero group right before. Yeah.
X-Men essentially.
Yeah, he was going to be a part of Alpha Flight, and then he jumped ship right before he was supposed to be unveiled. Yeah, it's Alpha Flight's my favorite comic from back in the day.
Alpha Flight's a good group. I personally don't know much about it, and I've only read the only issues I've read of them are whenever they cross over with the comics I usually read, like Spidey or X-Men. But
the first 12 issues are that's the best series I've done because they have a big team battle thing in the first issue and then again in the 12th issue, but every issue in between it's pretty much single stories where you get to know each member individually, and they were incredibly flawed for their time back then, but you could still root for them. That's what I liked about it. Especially Sasquatch was my favorite because he was like he was like the evolution Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was one thing you kind of touched on there that I really liked about the X-Men is they were all flawed. They all had something with it.
You can say that with every Marvel character, maybe barring Captain America.
Well, yeah, you're talking about they had a mutant power they couldn't deal with. That was the whole Professor X that brought them together. That they were all misfits. The mutants. You had Cyclops who couldn't open his eyes without killing people, and you had frickin' Jean Grey who killed people just their mind. They couldn't control her powers. She ended up turning into Dark Phoenix. Iceman, Rogue, even Rogue.
Yeah, Rogue is because she can't touch people. Period.
Yeah.
And
And if you look at the DC superhero titles, the team books back then, they were all just the paragons that had gotten together, like the Justice League and whatnot. Basically, every superhero in the DC comics,
sidekicks.
where basically every superhero in DC comics, with the exception of the sidekicks, was a member of the Justice League. And then you get to the Marvel side, and it's basically a team of specialists where each member has like a one-trick pony, maybe a two-trick pony. And then they all work together. They have to work together to resolve things.
Or deal more in exploratory and cosmic anomalies. And then
It wasn't like Fantastic Four. The only one was the Thing. He was the only one really. Everybody else was cool with their powers.
The Thing is probably the member of the Fantastic Four I relate to the most.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is I use him as an example a lot when I say like how you can relate to a character. I don't look like a giant orange rock monster, but I relate to it. I can. That's the thing. It's like
what I like about Ben Grimm is he eventually embraced it, and I like the stories. And this has been told several times, even including in one of the movies where he actually gets cured and he actually volunteers to become the Thing again because it's the right thing to do in a given situation. And so I like that.
Which even then, the only reason he even did that is because he actually had, he had someone who accepted him already, his girlfriend, his blind girlfriend.
Right.
If it wasn't for that, I think that would have been a whole nother story.
Her name, Ashley, right?
Alicia Masters. Alicia Masters. Yeah, she's the daughter of the puppet master. Yeah. And I also like that, he has this rivalry with the Hulk, and he's never able to beat the Hulk, but he doesn't care.
Right.
Any chance to fight the Hulk, he'll have it.
I don't care if I win.
Even though he doesn't have much of a chance usually. But
no, the Hulk is indeed the strongest being.
Yeah, he stands up to him for a while, but eventually he just gets winded.
Because angry Hulk gets stronger. Man, I don't know if you guys have read the late Stan Lee runs, like sort of, but the runs of Hulk from 68 to 70, 1968, 1970.
I've read some of that material, the Herb Tribb stuff. Yeah.
That's classic Hulk stuff right there.
Mm-hmm.
The classic, he has Bruce Banner wants to get rid of it, he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
I think that's where Hulk is strongest, Mike.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'll make it over.
In the late 60s, they did something kind of interesting with the Hulk. They actually made a lot of people don't know this. He had his identity was secret. A lot of people didn't know. Nobody knew that Bruce Banner turned into Hulk, and then he went on a space adventure. When he came back to the Earth, Rick Jones had written a tell-all book that exposed, because they thought the Hulk was dead, and so now Banner is like recognized, and it created even more excitement for him. And that's where the whole basis for this show eventually took from that idea of the wandering monster hero.
Yep. People in the chat are saying Professor Hulk.
Ugh.
Here's the thing, I never really enjoyed, I'm not saying it's bad, at least in the comics, because I haven't seen Endgame, I don't care to. I've seen clips and bits here and there, though.
Well, that wasn't the Professor Hulk.
I know. I'm just saying in the comics, at least, I always preferred the classic. Bruce Banner and Hulk are separate, They both want to get rid of each other.
Yeah, the only third persona or third version of the Hulk, I guess, that I would call besides Banner and the green version is the classic gray version.
Thank you. That's what I was going to say. The gray Hulk.
Yeah, they created a revival in the 80s. There was this trend where they were having superheroes revert back to earlier designs, and that was one of the things they did. And
cool note.
That too.
Cool note about the gray Hulk. It was because they used the green ink was turning gray.
Right. Well, it was turning all kinds of colors. It was the four color coloring process that the Marvel used back then couldn't make a consistent gray from page to page, so they had to go with a primary color, and green was a good choice. As an alternate.
Great choice.
Yeah.
I wish they would have done that in the Hulk series, man. Then they came out with this red Hulk crap, and
that was
we got
terrible.
colored Hulks, and I'm like, dude, no, it's green, gray, green, bigger, and then he finally figured out how to become permanent and keep his because it was a fight between power and intelligence. He wanted to keep his intelligence, and he finally figured it out.
Darren and I lost interest around Civil War. That was the mid 2000s.
Yeah, it was.
I lost interest in the early 2000s or late 90s. Like everything after, I want to say like 96, 97, just feels like a completely different continuity. Like the characters are written very differently too.
In 2000 was when Joey the Q and Bill Jemas took over, and that's when things all changed, and that's when continuity got thrown out the window. Quesada famously said, "I don't care if it's in continuity. If I think it's a good story, I'll print it." And okay. Then
what was the Iron Man story where his suit becomes sentient?
I don't remember. I didn't read Iron Man back then, but the thing that got me was at that point, I was still trying to break in. My own comic had come out in 2006, and all around the convention circuits, everybody was hearing this that Bendis and his friends had basically taken over Marvel, and he says, "Good luck." And he said that good luck trying to do any submissions. They've got the next 10 years worth of issues already mapped out, and they're not looking for anybody at this point. And everybody just kind of like, okay, I guess Marvel's not, because that's one of the reasons why talent attends conventions with their booths and things, is so that they can be noticed and hopefully get a gig. And if those guys were basically ending that practice because they had basically taken over Marvel at that point on the creative side.
Yeah, Michael Bendis, it's pretty much like.
And then we got Image. Image was good.
Image was good. Yeah.
Image was good. They ruined Spider-Man. They're ruining everything, guys. Pick your choice. We'll talk about it. The Hulk, the Infinity Gauntlet, the Spider-Man. They're ruined. Fantastic Four, Galactus.
Brian Michael Bendis, I think he's overrated. Like I love the earlier Ultimate Spider-Man run, like as an alternate Spider-Man, right? Ultimate Dimension Spider-Man. It works. It's good. But I hated his Avengers run in the early 2000s.
Yeah. Well,
and then
what about his Fantastic Four run?
Do you
remember that?
He does a lot of filler.
He was New Fantastic Four with Ghost Rider, and I don't remember who else was in it, but we had a New Fantastic Four, and Spider-Man was part of it.
That wasn't Bendis, though. That was just a temporary thing.
But they still did it. Yeah, no, I know. I mean, and then they had Cosmic Spider-Man, and they didn't know how. The thing that pissed me off about Spider-Man is they kept changing how Venom came to be, and the original story of Venom got thrown out the window. It's horrible.
Oh my god, yeah, it's ridiculous. I hate that. Like I stick with the original story.
Yeah, I have that comic, Secret Wars.
Forget that mystery and intrigue and not knowing leaves for viewer or reader interpretation, and we use our own imaginations to fill in the gaps. Oh, and plus, it's more interesting. If you know everything, then there's no mystery. There's no intrigue. There's nothing that really grabs you and makes you go, "I wonder."
Yeah.
Also, Tiki of Doom. Yeah, the Clone Saga is kind of where I stopped. Like I said, like the late '90s is kind of where I stopped reading. I think the Clone Saga ended in '96, so. I stopped reading consistently. Like okay, I'm buying every issue as it comes. Like no, and then I started buying them like every now and then it slowly died out. But I'd say
my food's ready.
When the interest really started losing. I'm still interested in Spidey. That's never going to change. I just mean in terms of getting the comics themselves and reading them.
The thing that they did recently with Spider-Man that just kind of made my eyes roll was, instead of having him be a struggling, 20-something, that he has been, they actually made him like a Ron Popeil. They actually made him when he
had the Parker Industries.
Yeah, they actually made him almost like Ted Cord. over on the DC Comics, with the Blue Beetle character. He had his own company that made innovative gadgets.
Ford
And,
Industries, right? That's what he.
yeah. And I thought, talk
So
about.
I'd say T-Bird, Agents of Shield is I'd say it's probably the best MCU spin-off. And they do have one more season, season 7 now. Season 7. I've actually been watching that. I enjoyed the first 3 seasons. Season 4 was okay. It they brought in Ghost Rider. It was the Robbie Reyes version, except
Yuck.
very different comic.
I do not like that version.
Yeah, I prefer the. They actually had the Johnny Blaze one show up in the show in a flashback.
Oh wow, yeah. The I call him Ghost Driver. That was a change that they made specifically to make him easier for television animation. Because
and that makes a lot of sense.
Because if he's in the car, you can't really see him, and so that's why they did that.
Yeah, the problem I had also is they did the Darkhold. I used to read a lot of Doctor Strange, so I know what the Darkhold is, and I thought it was cool that they were doing a story with it. It just I hated the story.
Yeah,
and then season 5 was okay, interesting. The first 3 episodes were interesting, and then it just stretched on for way too long. And then season 6 was just boring, and the quality, both the camera quality, like the choreography quality, the direction, the quality, pretty much the quality of the show overall was just complete a massive downgrade compared to previous seasons. The fight choreography was terrible in season 6 compared to season 4 or 5. Season 4 or 5 I'd say, but it's really weird. I'm not that interested in the show anymore because of season 6, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with
season 7 just because it's the last season and all this way I can end it. Maybe I'll do a review on Cast in the Shadows. That's my other channel. I don't know, but like a show retrospective or something. But I'm not that interested in season 7, unfortunately. And it's not like I don't want it. I enjoyed the show. I loved the character of Coulson. I wanted to see more of this, but they killed off Coulson in season 5. And now season 6, season 6's finale, they had essentially a robot Coulson that has all of his memories and everything. It's going to be essentially the Coulson now. It's weird.
Yeah, I gotta say, Shield did a really good job there in the early seasons of matching it up with movies.
Yeah, seasons 1 through 3, I think, did it well. And then season 4 and onward, they just completely started ignoring the movies and all that. Season 5, they had some Infinity War references and tie-ins, but that was it. That was the end of all the movie references.
But they've had absolutely no references to the Snap and all that.
No, the last reference they did was season 5, where the Avengers are the battle in New York, with that little skirmish they had in New York in Infinity War.
Well, there is a comic adaptation in the works. Fortunately, they can't film right now, but Netflix is going to be bringing out The Sandman, and I guess Neil Gaiman is involved in this. So they're going to be adapting the Sandman comics.
Never read those either.
But I was mad when they canceled Peggy Carter. Because I actually enjoyed that one.
I like The Punisher. I mean, even though it was kind of ridiculous how much punishment he was taking every season. I kind of like to see Bernthal come back and maybe in a movie or something as Punisher. But
all right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Picard is now a robot. Is that supposed to be a good thing? Richie Poole. I don't know. I don't really care anymore. Thomas Potts. Did anyone like Agent Carter? I did. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I'm hoping the Plinkett review of Picard makes waves.
Yeah, I just saw that last night.
I mean, the last 10 minutes of that video just sums everything up really nicely.
Agent Carter was fun. I enjoyed that. With I was gonna say, Howard Stark.
And the Netflix Defenders family of characters was doing pretty well, I guess, until the Iron Fist show.
Yeah, I enjoyed Daredevil season 1 and parts of season 2. I did not like, and I know I liked. Let's say Carter or Jessica Jones season 1. I haven't seen any seasons.
I don't like that character. That's a Bendis creation.
Yeah,
and she was. I mean, when your first page, that was okay. It's a creator-owned character, but she gets to be in the Marvel universe. And I think the first page of her comic shows her as a teenager, like masturbating to a picture of Johnny Storm. I mean, that's Bendis for you,
Okay.
And so I mean. I was never going to watch that show, but
I watched it because it was recommended, and it was a good show. It's just like the problem I have with the Netflix shows is that you can take away the entire, just remove altogether every superhero Marvel connection, and you still have the same show. And that's my problem with it, is that it's no different than, say, a show about a blind guy wanting to do good, or someone who's essentially a rape victim.
Yeah.
And now we're private. Like, there's nothing that makes it unique that says, look, this is that type of show, but it's a superhero show. Like, you can remove that altogether and you get the same thing.
Yeah, but I did like the Punisher, even though it was a little bit ridiculous at times.
Here's the thing: I hated the Punisher show on that.
And I like Punisher. I love the Daredevil. I just didn't.
Those were good.
I didn't. I like Punisher in season 2 of Daredevil. I did not like the Punisher show.
Yeah. Well, the problem with the Punisher show was
the story of the show.
The problem with the show was the first season was it undid all the progress that the character made in his season of Daredevil that he appeared. Because they had to figure out how to get him back on to the whole kick of killing bad guys, and so they decided to reveal that who the person he thought killed his family really wasn't that person, and so that was a little bit convoluted. But I like Bernthal's face as the Punisher. He kind of looks like the John Romita Jr. version, but he doesn't have quite the body. A lot of people don't know this, but when you look at the Punisher in the comics, if he put on Captain America's costume, he'd be a dead ringer for Cap, even though he's not as physically strong as Cap.
Batman level. Essentially, but he's I like him as the Punisher. Like, I think he's a good choice in terms of casting. It's just I hated the writing of the Punisher.
Well, they cast him for the Punisher because he'd just come off The Walking Dead.
Yes.
He was like one of the big popular ones there.
Yeah.
So the Punisher show. I mean, here's the thing: the show is essentially a show about veterans and all that, and that's a great concept of the show. Like, if remove all the Punisher, superhero, Marvel comic stuff from that show, and you have a pretty good show. I would enjoy it. I just don't enjoy it because it's a Punisher show, but it does that. Like, that's not what Punisher is.
Yeah, they have to progress past that to what he is in the comics, and they don't seem to be able to do anything but retell his origin every season, and that's the problem with the show.
I also hated what they did to Micro.
One of my favorite comics when I had as a kid was "What If the Punisher became Captain America." It was one of my favorite little stories where Steve Rogers got injured and couldn't be Captain America anymore, so they recruited a Marine named Frank Castle. And it was a really great comic.
So, have you ever read the Brattle Gun story from the Punisher?
No.
Oh, that's a good one. It's I think early 90s. It's such a good comic. It's like a 3-part issue, I think. Or a 3-issue story, and it's such a good story because you're watching it through Frank's eyes. Like how this guy's being assassinated. He kills the assassin, then goes to another country to sabotage a gun and all that. And it's a good story because it shows Frank like he's wrong about this. Like he's wrong at the end and has to fix his mistake. And it shows because these characters are still human.
The worst Punisher stories are written by the writers who don't like the Punisher. you have to understand the character and why the character is appealing in order to write good Punisher stories. When you get somebody like Peter David or a big huge lefty, that comes on board, and they either want to change him into something he's not, or they want to have him basically be the bad guy in all of his stories.
Yeah.
And,
also, yes, T-Berg. Who would have thought that the Edgar suit guy would be the one of the
Well,
best?
guys, I'm gonna step out. I'm gonna go to bed.
All right. Good night, Alexander.
Have a great night.
Hey, guys, thanks
I
for
know.
having me.
Later, Alexander. Take care, buddy.
Yes, good talking to you guys.
You good? Iron Fist was another one they absolutely ruined.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Not over the top violence if you're reading the comics. At least the comics I read from the early '90s. Those are so. Punisher in those, it was more about just having to stop crime and getting caught into these wild adventures.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with over. Yeah, there was swearing, but obviously the swearing was, a bunch of symbols and not
Comics code swearing.
comics art swearing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But and I don't care about swearing in terms of like Punisher, because that's fine, that makes sense. But like over the top violence, that wasn't him. Like,
No.
it's not just over the top violence and murder.
It wasn't violence. It was action. Kids love action. That's the thing. The problem that a lot of people had with him was that he used conventional weapons. But he used them better than everybody else. He used
conventional weapons, and there are times where he does hand-to-hand combat. But most of the time, he's getting his ass kicked when he does that because that's not his strong suit.
Well, the only story
good at it. It's just like he's usually, at least in some of the comics I've read, he's usually going up against people who are better than him.
Yeah. Well,
that's the thing. It's not like he's like a master. It's not like he's Batman or something where he's a master martial artist. He's just some vet. No,
Well, here's the gimmick behind the Punisher. The Punisher is better at everything a Marine can do. Anything that a Marine can be trained to do, Frank Castle can do it. So he's the Marine. So he's the Marine Corps' best sniper. He's the Marine Corps' best hand-to-hand combatant. He's the best. He's the Marine Corps.
Issues I'm reading, he's going up. He went up against a Paladin in one issue.
Mm-hmm.
And Paladin has super strength.
Yeah, well, yeah. If he goes up against somebody who's superhuman, he has a disadvantage.
But some martial artists, like master martial artists, and they're clearly better than him. But he relies on, like he had at the time he was carrying, throwing stars that were poison tipped. So he relied on those to win. And that's the thing. He's a clever guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the basic idea on Punisher actually came about from the series of books called The Executioner, who was a soldier in Vietnam, came home to bury his family, and basically stayed to fight the mafia and just destroy them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Blogger, Netflix Iron Fist was a turd. I watched that, and I hated it because I read Iron. I have like a few Iron Fist issues as well as a lot of Spider-Man Iron Fist team-ups.
Yeah.
And just the LTG's Momo in the background.
Can't stand that
image. Iron Fist was like, because I love the 70s writing for Iron Fist. The 70s issues.
Yeah, there was that whole resurgence in the 70s of
1970 through
martial arts.
1973 issues I have.
Yeah.
That's good writing in terms of like that type of character and the style.
Yeah.
That was good. Whereas this was not.
Yeah, 70s had a couple of trends especially over at Marvel. You had martial arts comics. I mean, even Wonder Woman was turned into a martial arts expert during that era. But also horror came back, and that was their. Marvel had a whole horror line.
You got what's his face, Russell. Why I blank out his name?
Werewolf by Night.
Werewolf.
Yeah, Werewolf by Night. You had Tomb of Dracula. You had
Dracula,
Blade, and Hannibal King.
Doctor Strange Darkhold story, which was awesome because they have Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau. When I say Captain Marvel, I'm usually talking about Monica Rambeau because that's the Captain Marvel I grew up with.
Yeah, I mean, same here.
Exactly.
Yeah, like that's her light powers. They used that against Dracula. I love that.
Yeah, she wasn't OP. That's
she
what I like
OP,
about her.
But she has.
She was effective.
Cool power set. She has the ability to emit and even turn into light and move at light speed or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, they make good use of that in the Secret Wars crossover, where Molecular Man makes a invisible force field and she goes right through it because if light can pass through it, so can she.
Yeah.
That was clever.
Yeah.
John Reese for Person of Interest versus the Punisher, who'd win? T-Berg, I don't know.
I think that's one of those that would be neither one would actually win. They'd probably end up killing each other, but there'd be a hell of a lot of collateral damage in the process.
I'm gonna go grab some food. I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah, the whole Netflix series though was just such a disappointment. It's so terrible. And there's a Tribble coming at us.
Oh, jeez. Michael Bay's up to it again.
LDG seems to be having fun there.
It kind of looks that way, don't it?
I just reading this thing. Michael Bay is set to produce a beer bug inspired film
Oh, yeah.
titled Songbird
Look.
Songbird that will film in 5
No,
weeks.
Chief Cook. I mean, the Marvel's Captain Marvel. Believe me, I call Shazam Captain Marvel too. That's how I know him. So,
My death. Damn.
no, I have nothing. Honestly, I hate Michael Bay for the Bayformers. That aside, I still love The Rock. The movie. And he has made decent movies when it comes to non pre-established IPs. It's just when he works on, say, TMNT or the Transformers that they're crap. So yes, Pluger, it's Conan's hair. No, I can hear. Oh, well, if you're talking right now, DJ, I can't hear you. But
every time I've been trying to talk, everybody just talks right over me, and I never get anything out.
I'm sorry.
I was laughing about this stupid Michael Bay movie that he's making now.
Yeah, I started going on thinking about Michael Bay. Sorry about that.
And it's supposed to start filming in 5 weeks. I don't know how that's going to happen.
Yeah, okay. Maybe he doesn't want actors. He wants people that are actually affected by COVID.
Yeah, because it's supposed to take place 2 years in the future because the pandemic's still going on. The tone has been compared to Cloverfield and Paranormal Activity.
Oh,
What the hell?
Hey.
That's stupid.
You can say that again.
Hey, Wesley.
And then we have Twilight actor Gregory Tyson Boyd, 30, and girlfriend found dead in Las Vegas.
Interesting. Netflix censored Back to the Future Part 2. Sorry, I have my news feed up.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, that seems to be the thing now. Is just censor everything.
Disney's going back and censoring old movies like Splash.
And the movie's going to be called Live in Kurdistan. See, now I actually know what Kurdistan is.
Oh, man. Two men, not to go. Rona 2, Electrovirus Boogaloo.
Yeah. Still space engineering. I need to get into space engineering. I keep putting it off.
Hey, LDG, it's duck season.
Does he know he's muted?
Probably.
Yeah, phone based on his movement.
It's wabbit
probably
season.
talking to
It's
somebody
duck
else.
season. It's wabbit season.
Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits.
Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbit. Kill the rabbits. Kill the rabbit. Oh, never mind. Having an Aussie
That's Disney.
foot.
Yeah. That's this. Yep. Why is there an angry Daffy though?
It's one of my favorite episodes. That episode where Daffy was fighting with the animator, which ended up being Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Favorite episode, man. Like that was some mind-opening stuff with the cartoon.
Looney
Yeah.
Tunes was
They
great
got a
stuff.
lot of the Looney Tunes stuff on VRV. Yeah.
You are Looney Tunes, though. Night
Yeah.
Reese.
You know what? You know what they couldn't do today, Looney Tunes wise? Pepe Le Pew. They could
Yeah,
not do
right.
Pepe Le Pew today. Because
Again, they
it's
can. They
not
choose
the
not to.
cats.
I'm tired. I just wish we would start using English better. They absolutely can, guys.
Okay, true. They won't, but they can.
Yeah, thank you. That's what we need to start saying because we're brainwashing ourselves by saying things like that.
Well, no, we know what we mean. I think. Oh,
No. I do, but most people don't.
Well, that's why I corrected myself, saying I know what I mean.
No, I hear you. I'm just trying to say, like, we need to make sure that we keep doing that, guys, because we can't. Because it's brainwashed by rinse, wash, and repeat. If we keep saying it that way, then it's gonna be that way. We got to make sure we advertise on YouTube. Our voice needs to be heard. These people, it needs to be done. We can't get lazy on our English. They can do it. You can do it. You have the right to do it.
Well, I can always just screw English and go into Hebrew.
I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just trying to.
No, I completely
Make a
get where
point.
you're coming from, and it's the same way I
yeah.
feel about like how. What do you mean I can't use this certain song or this
Yes.
clip or that
Yeah.
on YouTube?
Yep.
I'm not monetized. I'll do whatever I want.
Exactly.
So the video has a copyright claim. I'll just say it's fair use and then just continue on my way. I don't care if they get paid because I'm not monetized anyway. And if I eventually when I do become monetized, odds are I'll prioritize like a PayPal or get a sponsor rather than relying on YouTube because screw that. They could do it, but they'd be canceled, quote unquote. Yes, Tubian, that's probably what would happen. There would be a lot of outrage. Ironic that a favorite Looney Tunes episode involves a two-dimensional character being terrorized by a three-dimensional character from Darren. So did you guys hear about the Doom Eternal update?
I think you said something about that earlier. You were saying something.
Yes. So it has a third-party DRM called Denuvo, and it essentially has access to your kernel files.
Yeah.
It essentially has access to. It's a backdoor access to your operating system itself.
Gotcha.
And
Oh crap! Did my computer break? Crap!
I have become Death, the destroyer of LDG's computer.
I got a blue screen of death, man. You mentioned hacking and my computer busts. Let's see if I can fix this.
No, don't worry. I had like the same thing happen the other night when I was writing. I was writing up an email, and it just happened in the middle of writing up the email, and I'm just like, God damn it! And it didn't save the email, so I had to write the entire thing from scratch again.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah. Luckily, I rebooted the computer so quickly, and I still remembered what I was writing. So,
God.
but yeah, I hate when that happens.
There we go. This is
Look,
all we.
You're doing more lesbian representation than they are on the show,
right? This is what we watched Picard for, huh? The shocking out of nowhere scene here. We got these two at it. They're doing a lot more than holding hands. It looks like to me.
I don't know. LDG, did you see the Red Letter Media review?
No, what was that?
Red Letter Media.
What are you talking about?
Oh, for Picard.
No. I think I heard something about it. Can you clarify?
So apparently in Picard, there's that magical device that when you can fix anything or use it.
The Q in a hand device. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Apparently, it was a sex toy.
Oh, I could imagine. Oh yeah. That doesn't. I don't doubt that.
At least Mr.
you were
Plinkett
sound
seems to
effect,
think so, and the images he used for comparison were very, very similar.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Two-dimensional characters being terrorized by three-dimensional characters from Darren. Don't remember that one. Do I remember that one? Do I remember that one? I don't remember that one. T-Berg talking about some episode.
Earlier this week showed the Muppet Show arches with the dozens of Muppets, and they said it was prepping for us for a Zoom call. Actually, you know what? A Muppet Zoom call would be pretty cool.
This also is a sex toy.
Yeah.
Yes, that looks exactly like the sex toy that Mr. Plinkett had.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I don't think we need to explain how or why that's a sex toy, but
It buzzes.
it goes boom. Hey, Ensign Ricky.
Ensign.
Hello.
Hello.
Pepe Le Pew was based on a real
It's
actor
duck
from Jordan
season.
called Charles Boyer. So if anything, Pepe Le Pew was poking fun at him, not French people. Oh yeah, I know. I'm just saying that they, if he was done today, because people would flip out because he's always chasing around the other cats that look like skunks. And I guess people would flip out saying, "Oh, it's harassment and this and that," and not understand how it's just supposed to be exactly as he said. It's just supposed to be poking fun at an actor, as well as just being an entertaining cartoon.
I mean, how dare he catcall?
Hello, Moira. Purr.
Hey, Moira.
Purr.
Wonder Twin vibrators activate. Oh wait, let me say it in the voice. Wonder Twin vibrators activate.
Pick up a giant bird.
Hey, Chief.
Hey.
Oh, Jim Henry.
Hey, Jim Henry. Moira's leaving paw prints all over the stream.
Well, she's allowed that. She can do that.
Okay, I'm back. What's the topic?
So the lesson bitch quit, huh? From Batman.
We were just discussing that Star Trek Picard has sex toys as magical signs, magical tools of whatever.
Well,
say that aloud.
I haven't
Toys are magical tools, quote unquote.
I haven't seen that sex toy.
It was did you see Mr. Plinkett's?
I did, but I might not have seen that part of it. I had
Okay, it was a visual thing.
Okay.
He compares the toys. One of the magical fixing tool that they have in the show. Oh, he compared it to a sex toy because it looks
What kind?
like a sex toy. What?
What kind?
Hey TJ, you want to put that sonic screwdriver image back up? I think that'll clear everything.
I already got rid of it. Now I got to find it again. Damn it.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did that what's that chick name that Picard was trying to sleep with Picard? That what's her name? What's that black chick name? Where her name is?
Oh, Raffi.
Yeah. Well, she was trying to. Yeah, well, one of the last the last one, she was trying to sleep with him.
Okay, well that's a Doctor Who thing. You said it was a Star Trek thing.
Yes, but they have a very similar tool on Star Trek.
Wow.
What the hell is that?
It's not a sex toy. Definitely not a sex toy.
Look like a vibrator to me.
That's a sonic screwdriver from Doctor Who now.
Looks like a lipstick to me.
It's a tongue.
It's a sonic screwdriver.
Moira's watching Zombieland, and we're distracting her now.
Tongue liquor.
So then mute us. I don't know.
Then don't be on the stream.
It's a liquor.
No, DJ needs the views.
Well, we started talking about sex toys, so it kind of distracted now.
I just realized it's a sonic screwdriver.
It's a board liquor. It's a board thicker.
Practically a not sex toy in name.
Not to be confused with this kind of a sonic screwdriver.
Oh, it's a thicker. Thicker.
That looks like an actual sci-fi tool.
I can. Well, never mind.
The time drive in the TARDIS is a effing crystal dildo.
It's a strap on.
Well, it is now.
Strap on.
You can argue it wasn't before, but it is now.
You know, it's amazing when I hear lesbians say they can't handle a dick, but they can have a strap on. They don't like dick, but they like strap on.
LDG's having technical issues. He's upside down. There's a matrix code in the background.
Daffy Duck.
And Daffy Duck was staring at us.
Daffy is mad.
No, Tubian, I haven't seen anything about the 13th Doctor being an alternate universe, and that's just wishful thinking. They've already screwed over the entire series, so it doesn't matter anymore.
Yep. Say that again. Excuse me.
Wait. Succotash.
And now Chief Cook has turned into Daffy Duck.
Nah, it could be worse.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, Doctor Who's unsalvageable now. The best they could do is reboot it. But then I have to throw away all the continuity.
We wish.
Yeah.
And if they rebooted it, they'd probably just reboot it into the crap they got now, so it wouldn't matter.
Right. You have to let somebody else have control to do that.
So, by the way, we're not saying like I don't care what I do on my stream. So yeah, if you want to say certain words on my all right, certain words like Yahtzee and with the actual words, like I don't care. If YouTube takes video, then I'll just put the video back up. I'll do that. I don't care. It's not. I just hate the whole censorship. I really want to say what YouTube is, but I feel like if I say it on your stream, it might affect the stream, so I won't. But yeah.
Remember that Futurama episode with like a billion benders?
Why do I have to remember it? I'm rewatching it right now.
Are you really? Oh no! Don't mind me.
Oh, don't worry. It's really entertaining. Strap on, strap off, strap on, strap off.
Strap on, strap off, strap on, strap off, strap.
It's like that would be I was making a joke the other day to a family member about like if the Karate Kid was done today, it would be mask on, mask off.
No, you're female.
No, the mask because of the
That's
whole pandemic, the viral pandemic.
Oh.
Wax on, wax off. Mask on, mask off.
LDG is doing the time warp to transsexual Transylvania. I've never heard that one before.
Doing time warp to transsexual Transylvania. That's fun.
Two different songs.
So anyone here watch The Venture Brothers? Because I recently started watching that.
Did they come out with a new season yet?
I have no idea. I'm still in like season 4. I started watching like a week or two ago from the first episode. And
I used to watch it, but I haven't watched it for quite a while.
I only it's a show that I've kind of like all my friends watched, but I never got around to it, and then I recently started watching it.
The dictator, the ruler, the emperor of the world.
T-Bird, but Mr. Miyagi, I want to go to the beach. Oh, then. Oh, all right then. Well,
Hello, Life with Matthew.
Mr. Miyagi, I want to go to the beach. No, Danielson. Mask on. Mask off.
Okay, really quickly, I'll catch you up, Life with Matthew. Ruby Rose quit Batwoman. Didn't explain nothing. She just quit.
Okay, yeah. So I guess let's get back onto the whole Batwoman thing. So
And that-
Ruby
and that
Rose
was it.
quit.
That's all we know.
Batwoman gone.
Is there any other information other than she quit? That's it.
She quit for no reason at all. She plead the fifth, which she can't do. Well, she can do, but she shouldn't. Stupid. But you know what? I think she got some other things too, because I think she was getting some death threats. But you get death threats for anything you do, for God's sake.
Seriously, anyone can get death threats.
Yeah.
EVS
Exactly.
threats.
But everybody hated the damn show. Nobody watched it.
But the ratings were tanking. We all know that, right? She didn't help anything. She didn't even help for the whatchamacallit, the crisis. Yeah, the crisis. Even though she was mentioned, even though she was the only one that was actually mentioned in the Flash, the news article, because you know what happened with that, right? They fired all the writers. So if you read the original article, it mentions the Flash, the Reverse Flash, Batwoman, a few other things, and they completely destroyed the entire crossover. It was absolutely nothing the way it was supposed to be. So the whole article was BS, right? So they just ruined that. They retconned that to hell.
You know what the article that Reverse Flash?
Yes, the Flash disappears.
Season 1.
The very first article on the very first episode of the very first everything of the Flash.
Yeah.
The one where you see him running in the wrong kind of suit, saying he disappears.
In the more comic book accurate suit.
Yeah, I mean,
also they got mad when they killed the guy who played the voice of Batman, Tim Conway. They killed him off. They were pissed off that.
Yeah, that was weird.
but there were multiverse going on there, so they played the multiverse game on that crap.
They had the guy. They had Alan from 2.5 Men as Lex Luthor.
Oh, he's doing great. I mean, I the only reason I'm watching Superwoman right now, Supergirl right now, is because of Lex Luthor. Only reason.
I haven't watched any of these shows in.
Only reason, and it's the only one that seems to be getting better.
The only one I've watched.
Only one.
Flash, and I haven't.
I didn't know the guy played Lex Luthor Jr. in the movie Superman 4. He played his nephew.
Yeah, Lenny Luthor. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that was him. I was like, that's him.
Yeah, John Cryer is his name.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this part will freak you out too. Apparently, for the new Superman Lois thing, they have a character called the Mysterious Man in it.
Wow.
The actor is going to be played by an African American male, and right now the rumors is he will be
Lex Luthor.
another version of Lex Luthor
Oh,
that
Christ.
got stranded on Earth after the multi-universe collapse thing.
No.
That sounds like they're going with the Black Superman.
Nah, they won't do that.
As an alternate version, yeah, they can do that. That won't be the one that's the title character, but that sounds like that's what they're doing.
Did in the comics, they'll do it here too.
Superman
Yeah.
movie.
It's going to be the Superman from Supergirl,
Right.
but it's going to be a black Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, I'm just saying, you're not gonna see no black Superman here on that show because one thing they hate is a strong black person on TV that can fly and do all that stuff.
They don't hate that at all. They love that idea. That's why you're going to see it. This mystery person, I don't think that's going to be Lex Luthor at all. I think they're going to have the Superman from Supergirl, but they're also going to have this other one as well, and it'll be almost like a bait and switch situation. Because I mean, the black Superman that they created more recently was basically just Obama in a Superman suit. That's literally what it was.
Well, no, there's another one. There's another one. Same story, same.
Mhm. Yeah.
Some kid on Krypton, and they found out like
Yeah.
planets going to Earth, and they sent him
Yeah.
on a ship, same thing,
Yeah.
and he was founded by the government, the U.S. government this time, not like
Yeah.
Red Sun, Superman.
Yeah. There were so many superheroes during the Obama administration that were created by Marvel and DC that were just lookalikes of Obama. It's crazy.
Yeah, so
I
stupid.
remember, yeah, that was stupid.
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to bring in the Black Superman though. I
I know you don't. You already said you think it's going to be the Lex Luthor. I'm just saying. I'm gonna say it right now. They're gonna have a Black Superman in there.
I bet you a steak dinner.
Well, I mean, I don't have.
You're
I'm
here
not.
first, folks.
I'm
Steak
not gonna.
dinner.
I won't bet anything with anybody online, but that's what I'm anticipating. I'm not gonna watch the show. I'll wait, but I mean, we'll see what happens.
And read why I say that. Read why I say they won't be here. Look what they all super black heroes they got. Who they got on TV? Black or light?
Well, he's one of the more prominent ones.
Huh?
On the DC side. I mean, you could have John Stewart Green Lantern, of course, but
I'm saying,
yeah.
It doesn't do anything.
Mr. Terrific is another one. The second Mr. Terrific was a black guy, and I thought that was kind of. He was a cool looking character. I thought that was a neat idea.
Justice League Limited. I liked him in that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying
he took over for John Jones when he went on leave because he literally was working 24/7 and
right.
Diana's like, dude, you got to take a break.
Yeah, he basically was like Reed Richards, except he didn't stretch. But he had all of his brain power. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah,
but they're not gonna show it.
Yeah, that was. He also had Static Shock from the cartoon.
Yeah,
and Marvel the same way. Not gonna show a powerful black person on screen.
Well, which one would you prefer they use? Because I mean, they already have Black Panther, who is basically
nobody is smart and kick butt and martial arts.
I mean, Black Panther is basically the physical equal of Captain America. Plus, he's got the wealth of an entire nation behind him, so he's richer than Batman. He's got better tech. I mean, what? I mean, is there anybody else from the Marvel comics that's black that you'd like to see in those movies?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the guy Blue Marvel. I mean, he's equal to Superman.
Well, he's a relatively recent creation, but there's plenty of other ones. I mean, they've had Falcon. Okay.
I'm talking about someone who's powerful. He can fly. He can lift buildings. I mean, like Superman.
Okay. Blue Marvel is a relatively recent creation, though. What other one would you have?
Okay.
Bishop.
Let's see.
Bishop was good.
Bishop is good.
Spawn, but we're talking Marvel, though, right?
Yeah. Oh, Marvel.
I'd love to see Storm done right.
I like the Icon.
Storm. Yep.
Icon was Milestone Media.
I know, but he's up there with Superman. Remember, he's not Superman to the moon.
Right.
So I'm talking about someone who is powerful. I'm talking about somebody who can take he can give a punch.
Mm-hmm.
I give Green Lantern. I mean, not Green Lantern. Panther, all right, but like I say, he just upscale version of Batman with superpowers and all. I mean, gadgets. Yeah. But still one hit from Thor and he's out.
Yeah. Yeah, you're talking about a character that's on the Thor or the Superman level.
Exactly.
Yeah, and there aren't too many of those. You're right.
I know. And Hollywood not going to show them. But they are out there. But I'm saying Hollywood don't get the ball to score.
No.
T-Berg's asking, what about Booster Gold?
He's not black.
No, I know, but I think he's talking about beforehand when we were talking about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were talking about bringing making Hyperion black on Marvel, but they changed their mind.
Well, I mean, Hyperion is a Greco-Roman name, so it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to have him be a black guy. But, and again, Hyperion was the leader of the Squadron Supreme, which was basically Marvel's parody of the Justice League. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is there was a lot of people of color was complaining why didn't they have strong superheroes on there? So they thought, well, we can use Blue Marvel or we can use Hyperion.
Yeah,
Hyperion is black and have them with the Avengers like they didn't turn bad.
Mm-hmm.
But the Marvel guy just I guess sorry, they like the idea. I said no. That's it.
Well, I'd be all for them. Like,
Oh, that's right.
Go ahead.
Cloak was black. Cloak was black?
Yeah, well, they're doing
loved
Cloak right now with that really crappy Cloak and Dagger show.
Yeah, that guy lost faith in that.
Me personally, I love the original Cloak and Dagger. I never actually read their own title. I just know them from all the Spider-Man crossovers they did, which they had quite a few of them. And man, those characters are great. And
see, I wouldn't mind if they took Luke Cage and they souped him up to like Wonder Man level. You know,
nice.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
That they could do that because he's already that kind of a physical guy, character kind of guy, and
He's a big
he's
dude. Yeah, in terms of physical size, he's probably up there. He's
And Cloak had an awesome scene in Infinity Gauntlet too. Cloak got right behind Thanos and sucked him in, and for a second you thought he had him, and Cloak was like, "I got." And he starts screaming and explodes right through Cloak, man. Oh, it was so
cool. If you're in there, you can go insane into his dark void.
Yeah, I mean, just for a second, we thought, "Oh my God, Cloak got Thanos."
But it's funny because
Maximum Carnage story.
I've met especially when I was in the service, I met a lot of black fellas who were into comics too, and almost none of their favorite superheroes happen to be black. They like the ones that like they like Superman, they like Spider-Man and Nightwing and characters like that, when people asked them, well, how come you don't like and they bring up a black superhero, they'd get offended.
Yeah, because that's a little racist. You're just exactly. I look like this character, I should relate to them.
Exactly. I mean,
this whole modern day representation bullcrap is that like, as I said earlier, I relate probably most to aside from Spider-Man, I relate most to Ben Grimm as another one, stuff like that, like Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler's German and blue.
Yeah, indigo.
I come from German descent. I'm not German and I'm not blue.
Yeah, I don't like that what he did with Spider-Man, the Mars character. I thought the movie was just like stupid.
Yeah,
I hate Miles Morales.
That was another Obama lookalike. If you look
that was Brian Michael Bendis too.
Yeah,
Miles something. Where his name is?
And apparently Brian Michael Bendis ripped off the character from someone else.
Yeah,
like he didn't actually he created Miles Morales, but Miles Morales is like a copy of something else.
Yeah. He just got the same thing that happened. He got bit by a spider.
Yeah, it's such a. Brian Michael Bendis seems to be very, very good at retconning.
Well, there's two writers in particular that love to do that. One was Paul Jenkins, and the other was Brian Michael Bendis. And I don't mind a retcon if it improves things, but in his case, it didn't. And I don't, and I think his stories are padded. I mean, I can remember picking up the comic book that put him on the map was this creator-owned one over at Image called Powers, and I picked up an issue one time. And I counted 4 2-page spreads in it. Well, a 2-page spread is I can't stand 2-page spreads in comics because that's a waste of valuable storytelling real estate.
When you once.
Oh yeah, once in a great while, like
For example, like every 20 issues, you do it once, and it's
but 4 times in one issue, you don't have a comic book at that point, really.
That is like. You're lazy and you just figured, the art's really good, so let's just have the artist go wild.
I mean, the most memorable scenes in comics, most of them aren't even 1-page spreads. I mean,
the most memorable scenes are like a few panels.
Yeah, Bullseye killing Elektra. That's 1/4 of a page. There's
Spider-Man the debris. Fighting Doc Ock.
Jean Grey zapping herself to kill the Dark Phoenix. That was all. All those memorable moments that are seared into our memories. Those weren't even in 1/2-page spreads. Most of them they were.
Venom with the Honey I'm Home.
Yeah,
that I think was just 1 page.
Yeah, that was a full page, one page
spread. It was one page. It
wasn't
the same because we're talking about single panels.
I mean, I can remember there was a classic X-Men from back in the day where they did a 2-page spread where Wolverine was leaping at Sauron, the pterodactyl man, and slashing at him, and Marvel got heavily criticized for that. It's like, why did you waste 2 pages just showing us Wolverine leaping dramatically at, and
Yeah.
and that's another reason why they don't do it. But
Well, it wasn't I think Thor, the Walt Simonson Sal Buscema Thor run, I think, made use.
Mhm.
Only one issue I can think of that made
Yep.
use of
Right.
that double page spread, and they used it so well when he's fighting Jormungandr, the
the issue that you're talking about was all splash pages,
yes,
and then one 2-page spread.
yeah.
So it was because
That was fantastic. That's
Yeah.
what
a gimmick issue like that, it works. But I mean, it's just and
just like look, that was an issue where that was essentially the Todd McFarlane David Michelini run of Thor, the equivalent to for Thor.
Right.
So there's this is good content. We know we can get away with doing one issue like this, and then going right back into the story the very next issue.
Yeah, Bendis basically bought his way into comics. That's how he got in. He just hired.
The more and more I see Brian Michael Bendis, I've read some of the Superman stuff he's worked on recently, and it's just I'm not the biggest Superman fan, but I know my Superman from I read a lot of the '90s stuff before and after the death of Superman and Superman and all that.
Yeah,
and I've watched obviously my favorite, at least to me, Christopher Reeves is Superman. I mean,
right. And John Byrne's run in the '80s after 1985 when they rebooted DC's continuity. That was for me the definitive, because that was back to basics, and Byrne would draw his Superman like Christopher Reeve from Superman 3.
Yeah, and what's your face? I watched it, and also the Justice League and Superman animated series. So.
Mm-hmm.
One thing about Superman, he was a powerful person in America, but not sure ain't the smartest. You guys didn't look at that cartoon that came out, Apocalypse War. Y'all need to see that.
The new animated movie? I haven't seen it. It was Shadow Drops. I didn't even know it came out yet.
It came out.
My friend told me, "Hey, the movie came out." It came out. I was expecting another 2 years.
Justice League Apocalypse War was Superman lead the Justice League to fight Apocalypse. And I'm surprised the Batman didn't want to try to stop him. But he went on anyway, and they already got their ass kicked.
They also they're making a Superman animated movie called Man of Tomorrow, which is interesting.
Which is
Life with Matthew says, I remember that Cloak and Dagger movie from the early 80s, I think. It was fun to young men. Yeah, I remember that. The Cloak and Dagger movie obviously had nothing to do with the Marvel characters. It was more like spy Cloak and Dagger.
Spy, that was spy. Oh, spy thing. A kid.
Cloak and Dagger routine, as it's called. But that was a good movie. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Captain Jack, right, or something like that. Anyway, so the Superman thing, Young Justice. Yeah, I watched Young Justice. I actually liked it.
Yeah.
I was surprised that I liked it when I watched it. Because I'm like, a kid show or whatever. I'm like, no, holy crap, there's a lot of innuendos and stuff in here. It was actually good.
I think another season come out next year, this year.
I saw season 3 recently. I don't have a streaming service, so if anyone wants to know how I watched it, well, you'll have to private message me that on Discord. But season 3, I felt it started out pretty well. Like the first few episodes were good, and then it was a little like woke whatever in areas, but it wasn't bad. It was just like you notice it, but you can ignore it.
Yeah.
The bigger problem what I had with the season, the main problem I had is the mess of the organization of the season. Like the entire story is a bit of a mess.
I was like
following like 7 different teams. You barely follow the main characters. It's a bit of a mess everywhere. So, but season 1 and 2 were fantastic. I love the time gap. I love the time gap that they do between seasons, so that's where they actually age the characters and how even with season 3, they're still following a more classic DC. Like they're not doing like New 52 stuff. They're doing classic
Yeah, good stuff.
and a little bit of rebirth with the introduction of John
Star Wars.
Son of Superman as a little infant, but
Come on, girl.
I mean that's probably like a reference to this way and a little like tease. So maybe in the next season, if it's a time jump, they can have Robin and Superman or Superboy. I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was a good show. I still want a season 4. Like as a mess of season 3, as messy as season 3 is, I still want a season 4. They teased the Legion of Superheroes at the end, and I mean,
Oh, God, that show.
I think the problem of why season 3 is a mess, I think, has to do with the fact that they didn't know if they were going to. They thought this might be the last season.
What show?
Young Justice.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Back to
No, it ended too quickly because it wasn't a rating. It's just same old thing. It always happened when something good. I like to put a plug on there, and you couldn't stay on no toys or something. It's like
Yeah, but they revived it on the DC streaming service.
Yeah, what I'm saying. It was a good hit show. The rating was good,
Yeah,
and they just killed it off because they
they
couldn't
killed it off because of toy sales.
Yeah,
That was-
it's like Thundercats.
I will say they actually have, not always, but more. They use the lack of censorship because they're on a streaming service and not a cable channel. They use the lack of censorship much better than say Netflix does or HBO or something. It's not just like, oh look, we have no censorship, let's do everything. Like no, it's pretty much the same show as you watched before, except now they can show a little more blood to make scenes a bit more dramatic for like a death or something.
Yeah,
Or they can have a gay character because they actually were going to have a gay character in season 2. Like they wanted to introduce one, but
well, they already did on the Harley Quinn animated series.
but yeah, this is before the Harley Quinn animated series.
You need to watch the Harley Quinn.
Season 3 came out last year. But they wanted to do a gay character in season 2, but Cartoon Network was like, nah, not happening. So now they actually can. So it's more so they're using it to not to have. They're using their lack of censorship for creative purposes, and not look. We can have sex, we can have gore, we can have this, we can have that.
Well, Harley Quinn do that. It's on F word and the D word, F word. They have sex. Yeah, 2 lesbians. Harley Quinn have sex. Have kissed Ivory. One episode.
I haven't watched that Harley Quinn series. Is it any good?
Yeah, it is. And it's kind of weird. She has sex with Robin. Yeah. Yeah, sex with Robin. She passed gas. Kicking guys in the gut. In the well, you know. That guy. Yeah. She cussed out Superman. Superman came in one episode. What was it?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. One episode, Batman get captured, and they try to. She decided to go rescue him, and the Joker put a mask off. And see, finally Bruce Wayne.
Okay, actually, I saw that clip. My friend showed me that where he's like Bruce Wayne, like he kills British or no, British or Australian, whatever.
Are you hear air bomb, left, right?
And he just melts his face, and then because he's pissed, like he didn't want to know who Batman was, and then he starts asking Bruce Wayne about his electric car.
Yeah. And God, don't give me started on Thundercats Go, please. Thundercats, oh God, that piece of junk.
Life with Matthew. I could see the CW releasing a young Robin and Batman show where they were gay and in a relationship.
That's not gonna happen.
No.
Don't say it's not gonna happen.
Batman. I want my 80s, 90s style Batman where he's in his classic gray and blues and just solves mysteries and murders. And he's a detective and you have Robin there and a fully decked out Batcave, like Batman in his prime. Not what we're getting.
Chief, don't ever say that won't happen, because with the way things are today, idiots would make something like that.
Well, not with Batman. I can tell you, you know damn well Batman is too alpha male to sit there and have them go out with Robin. No, it's not going to happen. Kidding me? You know, a fan what people would do and see that happen. Come on, man.
Nothing. They'll do nothing. That's what we're doing right now. We're watching Star Trek Discovery season 3. We're watching Picard season 2. We're not doing anything. We're allowing. Okay, I need everybody to do it. I need everybody to do it. We need everybody to do it.
I'm talking.
Nothing. We're ruining all our shows. The Flash sucks. Everything sucks, man. The only good show there was The Arrow, and that's it. Everything else blew.
At least Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. sucks for different reasons.
Yeah. I guarantee you, nowhere in hell is not going to have Batman to be gay or have gay, what you want to call it. It's not going to happen.
Ren and Stimpy turned gay. Nobody said anything about it.
Who?
What else? Ren and Stimpy?
They turned Iceman gay. They also had that weird
Iceman. Who did not care about Iceman?
They turned Batwoman gay, for God's sakes.
Well, she was already gay. They crazy.
I think she was always gay.
Hold on a second. I understand why they created Batgirl and you got Batwoman. That don't make no sense. I thought they were the same person, but hell, no.
I think she's a. I don't remember when she was created. I just know that the Batwoman that we see in the show, the original version of the character, was in, like, you'd see her in the Grant Morrison late 2000s run of Batman. So, like with the whole Dr. Hurt story and all that.
Yeah, but no,
also, LDG, are you supposed to be a Rorschach test right now?
Something. Yeah, I'm supposed to be like, what? Yeah, the what does this look like kind of thing? Yeah, exactly. I'm a red hot chili peppers.
Doc, should I be
To
worried
your
about-
mama, what you got to get it to it in you.
You all have a great night. I'm gonna log off.
All right, nice.
Take it easy, night, Breeze. Later, bud.
peace.
Dude, they're destroying everything. Everything's going the way of the reboot instead of the way of the branch out.
No, they're not going to show everything because there will be some backlash.
No, and I agree with you. I didn't mean to say there wouldn't be some. Not enough is what I'm saying. I would lead the charge.
You got to hit the right nerve. You got to read out.
That's what they're doing. They're.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want to wait till I don't want to. It's too late when you hit the right nerve.
No, depending what it is. Like you got to depend what it is. Because like I said, if you're gonna make Batman gay, I guarantee you, all hell gonna break loose.
What was the last character they just turned gay? It was Wolverine. They just turned Wolverine gay.
And Cyclops.
What?
Yes. Wolverine just got turned gay in the last whatever. I heard the news about it.
Gay for each other now.
Wait. Are you serious?
Yes. Look it up. Google it.
God damn it. Hold on.
Like search Wolverine gay /bi.
Well, just type Wolverine gay. That's all. That's as far as you need to go.
Unfortunately.
It's just I was telling Odyssey today when I was fixing his computer today, when I was trying to reverse look up his issue. Sometimes you don't want to find what you type in Google. And when you do find it, it's so horrible.
Yep, yeah, just search Wolverine gay and it pops up. You got the images from the issue, and then you got all the details about it.
Yep. Now I don't mind like bi because that's like default, like, but straight up gay, no, sorry. He obviously had the hots for Jean Grey.
Yeah,
like that's canon.
That was good, I love that love triangle. That was well done in the comics. The
Yes,
movie is
absolutely.
not so much,
Okay.
and
They're just ruining it.
What the fuck?
yeah, welcome to hell, buddy.
Welcome. The light has shined. Here, I'm gonna welcome. Congratulations.
You know why
Welcome to
they
the dark
changed-
side.
No,
Well-
you know why they changed Cyclops to gay?
Wolverine gay and
Because he's a male and he's white.
big book news.
No, well, partially, but it's referring to his member there with the one eye that spits.
Mhm.
That's why.
Oh god damn! What the fuck?
Welcome to the club. Lead the
Yeah.
charge now, my friend.
Yeah, it's
Lead the charge now.
on some good news. Has any
One of the
hold
Wolverine
on, hold on a sec, hold on a sec. Are we-
Marvel Comics most beloved characters at one time has been bisexual.
Did
What
that strike your chord now? How about that nerve? How's that nerve feel?
You know
Because
what?
that pisses me the F off.
I
Now,
think-
see, the problem is people like me will quit, but there's people like the ones that have to go on all the time and they watch the shit just so they can rail about it over and over and over.
Ugh, I
Yep.
hate it.
Yep.
Don't watch it just so that you can rail on it. No, that's
I'm telling you guys. Telling
not
you.
what's that
No,
called?
just
Watching.
Just
right?
look at Anti-Trekker. Look at Anti-Trekker. He hates Discovery, but he
Yep.
keeps watching it, and he keeps funneling money to CBS to
Yep.
watch.
But there's a good and bad. We need to use people like that and let the one person watch it so they can, like Anti-Trekker, so
Or
we
watch
don't
it.
have to watch it and only get that one person. We don't have to, everybody. It doesn't have to be 100%. We do, because that's positive, the fact that he's out here talking crap about, and saying how bad stuff is. So one person watch it, let them spoil it for everybody else and do these reviews and whatnot so we don't have to watch it. Use Anti-Trekker as a tool.
Check this out. For the love of God.
Because for every one Anti-Trekker there's a million people that we just got off of watching it.
Yeah, check this out.
Not really, because as much as Anti-Trekker talks about it, there's still people that have to go see it for themselves because they don't believe it's that bad.
Yes, that's why it needs to be rinse, wash, repeat. That's why that's what he was talking about. Season 1, yeah. Then even I don't care about season 3 and season 2 right now. Even I don't care if I don't see Picard season 2 or Discovery season 3. I've had my fill. I gave Discovery 2 seasons. I gave Picard 1 horrible, absolute crap season, and I'm done. I'm good. My cup is full. Okay, so that's another factor we need to put into account. There will be that overflow of I'm done, thank you. I can only take so much of you screwing up Batman. I can only take so much of you screwing up the Flash. I'm done. And then once as more and more people get their cup fill, that's when more stuff is going to happen. The next thing that's going to happen.
And then you have the ones like Bird of Prey that are totally optimistic all the time, and they think that maybe the next season will get better, so I got to watch it. Maybe the next season will get better, I got to watch it.
Wait, they open.
But
everyone else.
Sorry.
Right, and they want the show be better, and because they love Star Trek. But no, if
season.
still keep nobody hoping for the Pike series and the other 2 series come out. They can bring back old school Star Trek. But no, I'm sure Pike's gonna be the same thing. I guarantee. I said this last time. Pike is gonna be a Wookiee. Nobody's gonna say today. I guarantee you that.
And Bird wouldn't stand, like if there was a wave of this happening, people like Bird wouldn't, even though you can be positive about stuff, that's fine. I think Bird would join us if there was enough of us and we asked Bird, hey Bird, don't
Nope.
please just
Bird
stay with us.
Has actually stated that he keeps going back because he's got this slight hope in him and he can't quit. He has to keep going back to watch. He stated that just last week.
Check this out. For the love of God, come on with the new character. Stop fucking up with the old one. You are killing the comic book industry. Then you want $59 for a book. Let's make Wolverine bisexual. What the fuck? This is making the most macho dude.
Wolverine is one of the most masculine characters, also. So it's kind of not to say that you can't, like, masculine people can't be gay or anything. Especially since I know I have friends who are very masculine and gay. The problem is, you see him sleeping around with women in comics. he's definitely not lying to himself when he does that.
No, speaking about it, I have a bad feeling. I heard they were trying to make. I have they're looking for a Kirk, a Lieutenant Kirk, to be on the series. I guarantee you, they'll be trying to make that guy gay. I can see it coming. If that happened, he'll turn over.
No, they're not going to do that. What they're going to do is, if they bring in Kirk, they're going to just perpetuate the myth that he's such a womanizer, and they're going to make him look the worst that they can.
Yeah, I know not. I trust me, this is going to happen. Number one, we'll put him in this place, but I guarantee you, somebody gonna make him die.
No.
What?
That's too much of a leap. They're not going to do that. They're just going to turn him into some kind of womanizer that they have to hate on all the time. That's as far as they're going to go.
Trust me. Look, you got the most alpha male captain of history. Come on, they're gonna have him on that show, and they're gonna bitch him in his place.
Tiki of Doom, that's just gross.
I guarantee you, the number one gonna say, "Look, Mister, you're not the top dog here." Or something like that is gonna happen. She's gonna be Michael Byrne on that show, bitching like that guy got killed.
There is no Michael Burnham on this show.
I'm talking about. Remember that scene when Michael Byrne talked about that guy in the red shirt and he got killed, and she bitch slapped him like that attitude thing. Right? Number one, was gonna do that to Kurt, and it'll make him. They'll bring him down. We're gonna bring him down to size. It's gonna happen. Watch, it's gonna happen. Look, Mister, you're hot slap. I guarantee it's gonna happen.
They're going to add you as the cook on the ship and do that to you too.
Poison all the food.
Look, we got females in the Navy. They think they run this and they run that. I guarantee you, they always a senior officer calling the shots. They let them do it, but they always someone calling the shot from behind. Why do you think there's not a lot of female captains in the Navy? Yes. It's not easy. What the hell? LDG going up.
All right, so have you guys read the Paul Dini Batman run that's coming out right now? So they're doing a Batman: The Adventure Continues. It's essentially a continuation of the animated series in comic form.
Oh.
It's actually pretty decent.
What? Doomsday, they're going.
Now LGG is playing patty cake with himself.
Patty cake, bakers, man, bacon as best you can. Yeah, you're right, Doom.
Yeah.
They're going to show.
God, he's kissing himself now.
What the hell?
There he goes in for another one.
Oh yeah, that's right. So it is. What?
Oh,
Yeah, but
You're not going to make out with yourself, are you?
Okay.
That terrible episode of TOS with that Lazarus guy.
oh my god!
We're going to show Kirk coming out. Some
Fusion ha!
In
TV of Doom. I wonder if LDD put a light bulb in his mouth.
It would explode. What are you talking about?
Tiki, I put that picture up last night on my live stream of the light bulb glowing in my mouth. There he goes, kissing himself
Hey,
again.
You're right. I'm right.
That doesn't work.
Oh, light the fire, bang bang, the fire, fire. Dun, dun.
Okay, I'm gonna put LGG up on full screen. Let's see you kiss yourself again.
No.
Damn it! Damn it!
Fool me 5 times, shame on me, okay?
This is that time. Wow.
I'll get you to do that the next time you're drinking.
Yeah. Come here, girl. Come here.
Still got some time before that happens. Another.
July.
Oh crap!
Come on,
6, 7, 2 months from yesterday. 2 months from yesterday.
Please don't, girl. Come on. Easy, easy. Sorry.
Like I didn't know what you were saying that before you finished that sentence. I do need a Geloja though. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry.
Okay. I'm gonna show you guys something right quick. My little friend right here, dog Precious. Got some bad news. I just found out she has a liver tumor today. That dog right there, my dead dog,
That
tumor.
sucks.
A tumor in her stomach. I mean, tumor in her liver.
That sucks.
Yeah, and it's painful because this is my dead dog, and about that big. I'm about to lose another member of my family. Well, I can have surgery, but $2,000 for surgery. It's something I got to think about this week. Thanks, Henry. Yeah. Size of I think it's the size of an apple, or yeah, size of an apple. That is really hurting me. I can tell she's in pain a little bit. Thank God she's not showing any pain. But she ate. Gave her a big bone. Oh boy. Precious. Yeah, I'll be very clear now. I got here's a theory. What's the chance that the new Batgirl will be a black woman?
No,
Yeah.
they won't do that.
Yeah.
They're just going to try to dismiss it as like some sort of well, hell, TV shows over the years have always changed people and never explain why they look different.
Yeah.
They'll just do it.
Yeah. I think you just couldn't handle the pressure. You just couldn't handle it. Whoa! Your avatar dog died of a stroke? Wow, I didn't know a dog can die of a stroke. Well, a lot of things I found out now. I didn't know that. I didn't know dogs can get diabetes. I didn't know that. I didn't know dogs can heat stroke. I didn't know that. A lot of things I'm finding out now. Usually I'm a cat person, and now I want to have a dog. I think I found out. Always learn something new.
It was weird seeing Bird come in here in the middle of the night last night.
You know.
Yeah, that was out of nowhere. Oh, and if I may, guys, by the way, I might have 2 more celebrity pixels. I might be helping out on my stream coming up. We'll see.
Oh, celebrity pixels.
2 more celebrities. We had Londell, Mr. Londell. We had DJ. Got 2 more that might get lined up. We'll see.
Well, I'm not a celebrity.
Yes, you are.
Lindell, right?
Yes, you are. Sorry?
Oh, Mr. Lindell. I was reading Mr. Lindell comment.
Well,
I was saying earlier, what's the chance that they might make Batwoman a black woman? Batwoman to a black woman, and DJ say no, but no, who knows?
pisses me off is that they keep focusing on like this main. It's got to be the main character. That's what's pissing me off. That's not how you're supposed to do it. That's why I was liking the shows that had multiple, and they failed on it. Right? What was that one? The Defenders or whatever, and that failed. Where it wasn't one main character, it was multiple main characters, and then you have more flexibility on what you could do if you did something like that.
No, well, the problem with Defenders is we had two weak characters on there, and it was that lady, the girl, and the guy with the iron fist. They just killed it right there.
To be honest, I don't think that. Okay, with the Defenders specifically, the problem wasn't that there were too many characters. The problem is the plot sucked.
Yeah, that's true. I'm about to say that too, but no, the plot sucked. But you got two bad characters who can't fight whatsoever, which is the chick and the Iron Fist guy. Because you said that you remember that scene where they're in that alley and they're trying to fight these guys, and the only person that's kicking ass is the Daredevil and what's the guy named Nick Cage. Like mom on the floor, and she's sitting there trying in the corner while trying to hit this guy. It just made no sense. It was just laughable. That's why they killed it. And she's not exactly the most attractive woman in there. But you're right about that.
Oof.
At least I thought they were trying to do a reboot. I mean, fix it in the own Marvel. Marvel got stream now. Yeah, Marvel stream, but guess not. You're in heaven now?
Yeah, heaven? I'm flying.
Stairway to heaven?
Too much fun.
All the
too much fun.
Is gold.
Yeah.
Do 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 do.
Or that great scene from Star Trek Brady Space. Spot. Scene right there. Onto the crowds.
Oh shit! I think I'm gonna go try to sleep, guys.
Yeah.
I think this pill has finally kicked in enough that maybe I can get 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
Sleep would be nice.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, screw sleep.
Man, Jesus.
What time is it?
Sleep right.
1:20.
1 in the morning for me.
It's like almost
I
12:30
might do
here.
a live stream tomorrow, either tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. I do my live streams on Twitch for anyone that's curious. So I can put a link in the chat. No, I can't because I don't have a.
Oh my God! It's never changed me. He's alive! He's alive!
God, I totally screwed up the scene, but that's fine. I can bring it back to normal. It was fun.
It was. Thanks everybody for coming.
Wow.
Maybe somebody else will start up a stream here shortly, and
Actually, let me check if anyone else is streaming.
I don't think they are.
Oh, hey, Mr. Londell. I didn't even see you in chat there. Looked
Ordering is
demonic.
streaming. The CJH is streaming. EVS is streaming. John Talks is streaming, and you are.
Kermit the Log is streaming.
Interesting. I didn't get a
Did you say Kermit the Log?
Yep.
Who the hell is that?
Him and another guy, they have their own channels. They use puppets, and his is like Kermit the Frog, but he does weird things to it to make it look like it's stoned out of its mind and snorts cocaine all the time.
Oh, God. I got to look these up right now. What's the name? Kermit the L-O-G?
Hey, Log. I'll put a link in here real quick.
How about John Roach?
Here, I'll put a link into the chat so you can go check out.
Okay, Log. Got it.
And there's another guy that he works with, Jolly, who's got like a Grover type puppet, but it looks more like a pirate.
Oh, please. Yeah, link that up.
And they call themselves the Ribbit and Bigot Show. So that'll kind of tell you what kind of show they do. It's like non-PC.
Yeah.
Non-PC, I don't know.
They're actually pretty funny.
I forgot. I was saying once. I forgot.
All right, I'm just copying and pasting this here.
I think they're gonna make another Superman, that version of Superman Lois reboot. Superman will be pushed over what's it too?
Right now,
I got that.
Watch party of Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
No, not on.
Nice.
They do get funny.
Thomas Potts says, "Good night, DJ. Don't let the bird of prey bite."
I won't, Thomas. I won't let Bird of Prey bite me or anything else. And
Yeah, don't let him bite you.
you guys have a great evening. I'll see you tomorrow at some point.
Absolutely. Thank you, man. Thanks for streaming. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for having
Thanks,
me.
everybody.
Thank you for fixing me up again today.
No problem. No problem at all. Anytime, boss.
All right. Out.
Take it easy. Get some rest.